So the New York Post posted a story about Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, Nicole Murphy, with her extra fine self. You can't even say extra fine. You gotta say extra fine like that. You gotta clear your throat when you say Jesus. So the New York Post posted an article titled "Con Man Admits to Fleecing Eddie Murphy's Ex Out of $10 Million." Say it ain't so. Who could fleece Nicole Murphy out of anything but them panties? You know what I'm talking about, Jesus? Listen, I wouldn't steal her money. I mean, I might try to steal her heart. Now she'll probably laugh at me and say I'm not man enough for her, start singing Tony Braxton, but at the end of the day, I would at least try. Don't ask me why. So let me go and read the story to you. New York Post writes, well, first of all, the writer of the article is Richard Morgan. Richard Morgan writes, the second shoe, I never heard of that term before, rather that phrase. The second shoe has fallen on jail con man Troy Stratos, who dropped it on himself with dropped the shoe on himself. Wait, let me laugh like Eddie Murphy. The second shoe has fallen on jail con man Troy Stratos, who dropped it on himself with a surprise guilty plea to fleecing the ex-wife of Eddie Murphy out of $10 million. I almost put the echo effect on that. $10 million. Now, most of you won't make that in your lifetimes, for the record. Most of you won't. I made it in one day. I'm rich. I have $14. But still, $10 million is a lot of money, too. Anyways, Nicole Murphy, who divorced the comedy icon in 2005, entrusted much of her settlement money to childhood friend Stratos. Murphy's friend of 34 years promised he would invest the divorce proceeds overseas, where it would earn a high rate of return, and then cover her expenses under the false premise that she was fully invested. But a federal suit in Sacramento, California, where Murphy and Stratos grew up, alleged that the swindler diverted to himself millions of dollars of Murphy's money that was intended for overseas investment, and that he covered Murphy's expenses with her own funds. The trial, set for September 12th, was expected to put several of Murphy's celebrity friends on the stand, including former New York Giant and TV personality Michael Strahan. Murphy was Strahan's fiancée for 5 years before they broke up over prenup negotiations in 2014. Stratus' change of plea on Wednesday came 15 months after a federal jury found the hustler guilty of defrauding a Philadelphia investor group out of $11.25 million. The group thought it was buying pre-IPO Facebook shares from Carlos Slim, with Stratos, under the name of, quote, Ken Davis, serving as the Mexican billionaire's agent. But if oh, you catfishing mother what a liar. But investors never received the shares, and funds wired for the purchase wound up being misspent by Stratos. Stratos is scheduled to be sentenced on November 17th for both the Facebook trial and Wednesday's guilty plea. He still faces a federal suit that accuses him of inducing the Venable law firm to participate in the Facebook fraud, and a state claim that alleges he conspired with Bank of America to rip off Murphy. Conspired with Bank of America? Do they mean that he used Bank of America, or Bank of America was working with him? I need to know the deets on that one, Jesus. But anyways, back to how fine Nicole Murphy is. Listen, Jesus. Nicole, if you're listening, which I know you're not because you're famous and I'm just an asshole with a microphone, but I would never rob you, baby. First of all, I'm richer than this man is, even after he stole the money, because I have $14. And, I rub feet. So, Nicole, with your fine mixed self, if you're listening, you can always slide in my DMs and you could become my BM or something like that. Yeah. So anyways, I think that this is a shame, because fine women should never get robbed, because there's plenty of ugly women with money out there that you can rob instead. Leave the pretty women alone. I'm telling you, there's a war on pretty out here. But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. And follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. I smell a 4011 bottles of lotion salute at somebody's Simpstagram page, And I call it Simstagram because I stay simping for fine, sexy milfs like Nicole Murphy. So when this shipment of lotion comes in, when that doorbell rings, I'm gonna go ring the chicken. I'm gonna wring the chicken's neck, but that's none of y'all business. Meat Magazine.